is really exciting. Feels that I should get a micro CT in our laboratory sometime soon. Thank you. May we ask the panelists to come on screen, and we will go on to the panel discussions. Many thanks for the questions being posed. Please continue to post the questions. And if you see a question that you like, you can upvote them by clicking the thumbs up button on the bottom left of the question. Maybe I will start with the first question. There's a question by Mahir Sugaya saying, I would like to join. Maybe Prof. Kukuka, what is our plan for membership? Thank you.
Okay, so the formation means the registration, right?
Yes.
We finished all of the process and then waiting the ROS to the acknowledge. So it's going to be coming anytime soon, maybe next week or the week next. So it's coming soon.
Thank you. Maybe we'll have to look out. We will contact. We will look out for it at the website, and also we will mail feedback to the webinar participants about the membership when it's ready. Prof. Kang, you want to look for the next question?
Okay, this question is for Dr. Parwani, I think. Wei Hun Tan asked, for the prostate AI tool, there is a mention that it can be used for diagnosis without supervision. Are these for the benign prostatic cores, or are there centers using AI for malignant prostate diagnosis without supervision?
Thank you. So the algorithms are designed to detect cancer, so they do not differentiate, benign versus malignant. The idea is that all biopsies will be screened by AI, and AI will detect cancer or call it benign. So I'm not aware of centers which are directly using the AI tool without human supervision. But it can be done as a QA mechanism. It can be done prior to sign out. But ultimately, all the instances that I'm aware of, a pathologist has to ultimately sign out the case. The unsupervised part of it is where the computer algorithm will detect cancer or call it benign. But it still has to be checked by the human.
Thanks, Prof. Parwani. The next question, I will probably pose it to Prof. Iknu. This is also by Prof. Tan Pui Hun. Lab and hospital administration often ask if there are cost savings in implementing full digital pathology in labs. What is the Turkey experience in securing funding for digital pathology implementation in Turkey? Thank you. Prof. Iknu?
Sorry. We are a private hospital group, and the vision of the hospital group is on digitalization. Digitalization is a big aim, and they say when starting with the pathology, they say future is in pathology and genetics, and they paid for it. Thanks for them. No funding for digital pathology in Turkey. And for now, most of the hospitals to have digital pathology is on private side. But on the government side, a new project is coming on, and 5 or 6 hospitals, government hospitals, goes on digitalization, and it is funded by government.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. The next question is for Dr. Yuka Koyagi. The question is, what is the resolution of microCT, and also how long does it take to assess the whole block image compared to the usual whole slide image?
So the resolution is right now 1 micron is minimum, but the new one we are developing right now is less than 1 micron. But there is many factor influence on the image quality of the micro CT compared to whole slide image. So the resolution cannot decide the real result, visual resolution. So but you usually want to 10 micron is regular resolution. And then the assessment is much easier than whole slide. And we can find something you want to see quicker than whole slide image because of 3D volume. But if you want to see cellular level, like mitosis, like right now, current resolution cannot find mitosis.
Okay, and how long does it take to assess the whole block image compared to the usual whole slide image?
Assess mean like evaluate.
I think so. Like, how long does it take to scan or evaluate whole block image compared to whole slide image?
So the scanning right now we're spending hours, but I think we can scan 20 minutes end of this year, and then like maybe next couple of years, like 10 minutes per block. And then developing the autoloader for block like whole slide imaging.
Thank you.
Thanks. We'll have a next question for Prof. Anil. There are 2 questions from Gurudut Skapta. How is the additional cost of running AI tools for quantitative image analysis, prostate and lymph node incurred by your institution paid for? And are you using single platform to integrate multiple AI tools?
So the additional cost of the use of AI tools like image analysis and prostate cancer detection is currently there is no revenue coming from the AI applications for cancer detection like prostate and breast, but there is additional CPT code for image analysis that could be used to offset some of the cost. But a lot of the cost is really based on the return on investment is really based on efficiency gains and quality gains. Until we actually have a CPT code, which we can plug in and use for prostate cancer or breast cancer, some of those costs will be defined by the efficiency and quality gain. So right now we don't get paid for the cancer detection algorithms, but we do get paid for algorithms like for image analysis. The second question is, do we use one platform? So we have one image management system for reviewing images, which is integrated with our Epic Beaker. However, the AI apps that I demonstrated to you today are used as a third-party software. They are not very well integrated into the current image management system. So if I want to launch a prostate app, I have to log into a different system and review the case there and analyze it. If I want to use the breast app, I have to use it separately. In 2024, our goal is to launch a single image management system, which will allow us to launch the AI apps directly while the pathologist is doing their work. And we are testing that method right now, but it's going to take a few months to get there.
Many thanks, Professor Phawani. I think we go to the next question.
Okay, the next question is for Dr. Ilknur Türkmen. Do you see digital pathology do you use the digital pathology at home? Or if you do, how do you work with residents in training?
We don't have residents. We are a private hospital, But some university hospitals use digital pathology for the residency in the country and in other countries. And at the pandemics, it made ease even for the residency management. They can reach these slides everywhere, and you can chat and you can share the screen together like you are face to face on the microscope.
Okay, thank you.
I'll go on to the next question. This for Prof. Yagi, Professor Yukako Yagi. If this micro CT technology can be implemented in real human body, it is no longer necessary to get a biopsy. My question, is it possible to apply this technology as a clinical examination in the future? I think the question is more like, is this micro CT machine used for human body or is just for tissue?
Yeah, not like regular CT. So, but you can do autopsy, I think. Yeah, so I think we have some application like miscarriage baby, like we put instead of autopsy, we do micro CT, but not live human. It's dangerous.
Okay, thank you. Over to you, Prof. Khan.
Okay, the next question is, I'm sorry. So, the question is for Dr. Parwani. This is like a general question, but how is AI changing the role of pathologists in histopathology diagnostics? Do you see that it's going to be like like you mentioned, we have more important roles to determine the final diagnosis using the AI, or is it going to take over, or what is your opinion?
Yeah, so I think AI tools will augment the pathologist diagnosis or assist the pathologist in some tasks. So if you think about an AI algorithm, it's composed of many different sub-algorithms. Like, for example, identifying breast cancer requires many sub-algorithms. Grading breast cancer requires many sub-algorithms. So in my opinion, what the number one impact that AI tools will have, and is already starting to have, is to save time for the pathologists when they're performing multiple tasks which are repetitive, like counting cells, finding mitoses, looking for rare events, looking for H. pylori, looking for acid-fast bacilli. So it's not just anatomical pathology, but all areas of pathology. So number one impact will be to do the things that we spend a lot of things doing, which are manual, which are repetitive. We don't need a pathology degree to do some of those tasks, like counting cells. So once we can take those tasks and give that time back to the pathologist, they can either use that time to review their cases more, get more involved with patient care, get more involved with talking to patients, get more involved with talking to oncologists, and also maybe do more review of cases, because pathologists are overworked. They have more cases than they can handle on a given day. So if you can take, in my opinion, right now, we can save 15 to 20% of a daily time by doing some of those tasks automatically. It's similar to using robots, right? Robots can do some of the tasks that humans could also do, but they can do it faster and better. So in my opinion, these are the things that will be impacted. So there will be time where there will be autonomous diagnosis by the AI for the pathologist, but I think that's a long way to go. And in my opinion, AI will never replace humans, but humans who don't use AI may be replaced in the future.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Probably next question will be posted to Professor Iknur Turkman. How is by Akira Hida? How is your lab managed, by a private body or by some kind of Turkish government? And I will also go to another question. How long does it take to establish full DP workflow in one hospital? Is there any possibility of some mistook policy standard that was not defined during implementation? Thank you.
We are a private hospital, and it took, I think, to go digital 1 year, something like that, after starting. And at the end of 3 years, we aim to be fully digital this year. And the policies is coming after us in Turkey and in the world also. And the policies should be set with our effort, I think. There is nothing about digital pathology in the government side in Turkey for now. But after now, the government hospitals starting to be digitalized, and the policies should be set. And we took opinions from lawyers, from previous digitalized centers, and make something similar to other things, because there is no digital in the policy for now.
Okay, thank you. Prof. Kang?
Okay, thank you very much. This question is for Dr. Fukuoka Jr. I had a very nice experience. I mean, it was a great experience to organize, to participate in organization of this forming organization of this ASDP. And what would you expect? Like, what would be the most great thing do you think to join the ASDP in the future?
Yeah, if I pick up one, it's probably networking, and I think that's because many people, like let's say American people and the European people, there are several the big names and famous people, but actually inside of Asia there are many excellent people, but names are not really known. But I think the quality is not the low at all. The quality is very high. And networking, inside Asia is very important too. And then we have to do, collaborate to say create some of the guidelines or whatever the opinion, white paper or something to really, the standardize and create activities among Asia. So I think that networking is the most important thing. That's probably the main purpose. People would just join. People would join to the ASDP. That's my opinion.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. The next question is for Professor Yukago Yagi. She seems to be typing the answer. Many thanks for typing many of the answers, Professor. But I probably will ask it live. So in future, what is that should be micro? I mean, if we can see the entire lesion or organ with this technology, it means we do not do any grossing process any longer. Do you think this tech will develop to this stage?
I think we still need to do grossing for like molecular and also the detail like immunostain and immunofluorescence. But we can improve the important part. We can select the most important area, most diagnosis area from the tissue. So that one is very important.
Thank you.
Yeah, after we started whole tissue imaging, the block tissue in the block is more like improved, easier to make slide and make diagnosis. So, but the future, we don't know.
Thank you very much, Professor Yukago Yagi. The next, I will pose another question. How long does it take for to assess whole block imaging compared to the usual whole slide imaging?
Yeah, I think I answered just a couple minutes ago.
Okay.
Yeah. And so the scanning a long time, but the evaluate like viewing. So after you get used to, it's not so long, like similar to whole slide image.
Okay. Thank you a lot, Professor Yagi. Professor Kang, over to you.
Okay. Another question is probably regarding the challenges in setting the digital pathology. So it is the question to Dr. Ilknur Tukman. What were some of the challenges that you faced? Like in your talk, you mentioned some resistances and some difficulties in setting. So could you please share those experiences and how you have overcome those challenges?
The biggest challenge was we decided to use an Apples-centered workflow, but the Apples started. We didn't have a project management before and workflow analysis before starting Apples, and we go live on day one with a halfly okay Apples. And Apples was done during our live going, and it was so difficult for it. And what to do? It is for now. I'm a great honor to use a local Apples that goes globally. In these 3 years, we developed an Apples. But if you start now, first you make your workflow analysis deeply and in detail, and what do you want from Apples? Integration to hospital information system, integration to IMS, image management system, is so important, and integration can really be difficult. I remember in the accession number, we have a /1/2024, something like that we make. And for that slash, we lost 2 months between the IMS and the Apples firms. One says we cannot use slash. The other says, why not? So for 2 months we discussed, and later on we gave up slash, and for that you can lose a lot of time with integration. And manage your Apples very well, and detail, analyze your workflow and its implementation to your workflow. Apples implementation is so important. I think the most important 2 things is this: integration and Apples.
Okay, thank you. Over to you, Dr. Jane.
Thank you very much. Next question is over to Professor Anil Pawani. What are the challenges in implementing artificial intelligence in histology diagnostics? And are there any gap areas that you recognize that industry has yet to address in developing artificial intelligence for diagnostics purpose?
Yeah, so I think the biggest challenges are, as I mentioned before, is the integration with your workflow into your image management system. That's one of the biggest challenges, because pathologists don't want to sign into 3 different systems or 4 different systems. They want to do all their work in one system, log into it once, see all the cases, look at the clinical information, and apply image analysis tools. So we are facing that challenge where multiple companies are building algorithms. Also, I think the evolution of AI is not broad enough. In other words, there are a few apps today, but a pathologist, a good surgical pathologist or a cytopathologist, is encountering multiple types of lesions, multiple types of cancers. They're not just signing out only prostate cancer or breast cancer or gastric cancer. So I think the applications are very narrow today, and the cost of getting into the AI space for routine use is very high. So I expect as AI applications mature and evolve, there will be more broader applications to address, so I can use a broader application to say, is this cancer or not? And then use another application to say, what kind of cancer is it? How much cancer is there? How much necrosis is there? So, just like on your smartphone today, you have millions of apps. There will be a point where we will have a cluster of apps for tasks that we do, but that remains a very challenge. So it's more of AI is more of a novelty right now because there are very, very few apps available and they are very expensive and they're not very well integrated. But I encourage everyone in the audience today to learn from the experience of others, because if we don't learn about one or two apps, we will never learn about hundreds of apps. So it's a journey, right? When I first started as a pathology resident, I learned about immunostaining. I learned about PCR. I learned about sequencing. I learned about AI, ultimately. So we need to keep educating ourselves so we can provide better patient care. But there will come a time where these apps will be more sophisticated and more broader.
Thanks a lot, Professor Anu Phawani. Professor Kang, want to?
Okay, there's a question to Dr. Fukuoka. It says, thank you for establishing ASDP. And I have a question about great countries we have here in Asia. Is Taiwan, Hong Kong, China, Indonesia are all great countries that we cannot find the name? Is it because that they do not have their own digital pathology association of their own? Or is there other reason?
So means the reason for not the name of the authority? No,
Maybe the person is asking whether what kind of countries were included in the organizing committee, maybe?
Oh, okay, understood. Well, organizing, actually, we are not excluding any countries. And when those ASDP established, we welcome everybody from the Asia and even outside of that, actually. It's where at the please and contribute and to the society. And the more you want to contribute, you will just commit your contributions. I think because our society is not like somebody personal things. It's for us, but all the community, all the society of the whole Asia, and we have to really unite to collaborate to have a benefit together. So I think your contribution is very much welcome, and we don't limit to any countries.
Okay. Thanks, Professor Fukuoka. I think we welcome all countries to join the association, not excluding any country as long as you are in Asia or even Asia Pacific. So with that, I really, really thank all our panelists, especially the two panelists from our United States, because it's really, really late right now. Thank you very much for staying up to join, and really, really appreciate all your contribution and insights on AI, on 3D, MicroCity. Really make me want to actually see ourselves doing more work in relation to that.